Welcome to episode 5 of Unlucky Leftovers. We're back again. Second week in a row of consistent. Well, I haven't even edited this or uploaded it yet, so I don't even know if it's going to be 2 weeks in a row.
You'll be fine.
Anyway, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you like the poop story from last week. Make sure to let us know if you like all the poop stories. Let me know if you got any poop stories too.
So bad.
So funny.
Oh
I was
no.
listening to it, like editing
Yeah.
it. It's just so
Yeah.
funny, just listening to the freaking poop story.
You like
It's so
it? You like
funny,
that
dude.
poop story, dude?
Yeah, the poop story. Everything poop. Poop's just funny.
Poop's just funny.
It's the
You
pinnacle of
know,
comedy.
uh, for the viewers out there, there is an alternate name for the Phantom Pooper. Apparently, it's the Fecal Phantom.
Oh yeah.
Which, when our friend brought it up, I was just like, huh. You know what? I do remember someone referring to it as a fecal phantom as well.
Yeah,
So
I think that was the main name.
yeah, probably was. It rolls off the tongue. Oh, I don't know. Phantom pooper does roll off the tongue pretty well
Phantom
too.
pooper, fecal phantom.
Fecal phantom is probably more elegant. It's just more elegant.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah,
Anyway, this episode
sure.
we're gonna be talking about superpowers.
You want a superpower?
We're gonna be talking about superpowers.
Like superpowers that we want, imagine, or like superpowers from stuff that we've seen.
Yes.
In general, okay, so
Yes.
just yes, he says. All right, fine.
Yes.
We'll just
Yes.
find something to talk about, and we'll just end up talking
Yes.
about it. Okay,
Yes. All
all
right.
right,
So
all right.
what kind of superpower do you want? What would be your top superpower that you would want to have?
Mm, I've always leaned into a spatial type of superpower, right? Spatial being like, uh, if it's like teleportation, like I can teleport myself somewhere, or I can teleport things to me.
Mm-hmm.
Or just like enter like another dimension, just not care about the world, that type of thing. So that's always been my like kind of go to is like
All right.
find my way,
So specify it. What, you just want
specify.
to teleportation? Is that?
Yeah, some type of teleportation power or some power that will allow me to teleport in places. So it could, things can lead into teleportation too, But yeah, basically that. I don't know. Yeah, they just like the thought is like I can just be wherever I want to be without wasting time to getting there.
Yeah,
Or
I'd say that's
just
probably one of the most useful ones like nowadays.
yeah.
Especially if you're just gonna use it for like everyday kind of use stuff.
hmm Yeah, exactly. Like even if I can like just teleport things to me, like even if I like just look at something and it'll just teleport it to me, I'll be like,
Mm-hmm.
that's cool. Like I don't have to fucking go find snacks when I can just be like, oh, teleport snacks into my hand.
You're gonna end up like the guy from the Jumper movie and just jump into a bank and like rob the bank
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
like live
No,
in a hideout
actually,
somewhere.
that's probably what I would actually do.
Yeah.
To be honest, like if well, because the thing about the Jumper movie is that there were other jumpers, and then there was
Yeah.
a cult that was following them, right? So I'd hope there isn't for like our world, right? If there's that situation, if I was the only person that could teleport and no one else really knew about that, then I'd be okay. I would be okay. Would I steal money? Probably. I would probably uh, go into some fucking bank I don't like or whatever and just grab money.
Just take all the money. Yeah. Then Samuel
Yeah.
L. Jackson's gonna hunt you down.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
I feel like they would probably make a task force if they found out like people started
Someone could
having
teleport.
superpowers, yeah.
Or yeah, yeah. Superpowers? No, definitely.
Or even
Definitely.
just like one person, you know. So they
Yeah.
they they would probably have to hunt you down. They would probably be like
Well,
they would see
okay.
you teleport
The
in.
the problem with that, right, is sure, if it's just one person with superpowers, right? I don't know if they will set up a task force for that, right? The
They
thing
might.
about that is like first is the believability, right?
Well, if they
Um
have like a camera, they
yeah, they have
see you. They see
hard
you
evidence.
teleport into the bank and
Yeah.
like teleport, like 100 pounds of money or gold out of the bank, and they see you do it like 5 times. For
Yeah.
some
They
reason, you decided to just like be a little extra
yeah,
greedy and hit like
yeah.
5 banks in a
Yeah.
row.
See, that's like hard evidence and hard and frequent evidence, right? That's what matters. If it's just a one-off thing, then it's possible no one's gonna do anything about it because that's just how like you know bureaucracy works, because it's like uh if someone's trying to prove something to another person, they show the video, right? Will the other person believe it, right? Is there enough evidence for that other person to believe it? You would say yes, right? But if you're working with like multiple people in a hierarchy, it's a lot harder to get things that you want done, right?
Well, they have the files about aliens and stuff, so they wouldn't need
Yeah,
to have that much,
but that's like
evidence. They don't need
in,
to like completely
it,
convince anyone. They'll just show it and be like, "Oh, let's just put this in a file. We'll see like unexplained incident with
then
man and
then
bank,
it becomes unexplained incident, right? And it goes into Area 51, and it's just gone forever because it's a
Yeah,
one-off
they'll
thing,
just
right?
keep tabs on it. They'll keep a tab
Yeah,
on it.
yeah. So there won't be a task force unless it's really frequent, right? And like they keep getting hard evidence about it, right? Um.
So,
So
let's
yeah,
say you
that's if
do
it's,
let's say you
that's
want the teleport to be your power, right?
sure. Yeah.
So what do you think is an equal sacrifice to use that power?
Oh, like what type of flaw?
Yeah.
Uh,
So you have to
on that.
pay a price for your power.
Right. I mean, like the most generic price that you see in a lot of other media, if they have superpowers, is like kind of stress on the body, brain, or whatever, right? Um, that maybe you start shortening your lifespan that way, right? I don't really want that, as a price, right? Um, if anything, it would be interesting to have a like pretty abstract price that like doesn't make sense,
Or like what?
like I have to, I don't know, like sing Ave Maria every time I have to teleport something to my
Yeah, but that's not really like, you're not going to be that torn up about it, right?
yeah, yeah.
It's
I'm
like,
just saying
"Oh,
that, I would rather do some random thing
it's like,
to
oh,
do
you got to
power, right? To activate it or something.
Yeah, but then
Um,
that doesn't make it, a
yeah,
risky decision to use your power or not.
true.
You just use it,
Um,
whenever you want.
yeah. But yeah, I don't know. What would be there's never like a really good
Yeah,
well,
but okay, so think
is there a
about it.
good flaw about it? There
So
there might be.
yeah.
Like someone found like a loophole to around it, Um but
So what are you willing to pay for it?
what would I be willing to pay for it?
Cuz it
You know
has to
what?
be something big.
Would I? Well, it has to be big. It has to be real big.
Yeah, you're gonna be able to like teleport anywhere in the world, and
Hmm.
you could teleport things with you to a degree.
Hmm.
So it can't
Hmm.
just be like, oh, I'm gonna just poop my pants every time I teleport. Because you would just slap on a
That's a
diaper.
pretty big
You would just slap
sacrifice.
on a diaper, then you'd be like, all right, good to go. And you just change your own diaper when you like get wherever you need to go.
If anything, what would be an interesting one would be uh oh wait. Did this happen in Psyche K? I feel like this might have happened in Psyche K. In a way. I don't exactly remember. No, you know what? So, okay, my first thought, right, was like I would have to exchange a monetary value uh equal to whatever I'm teleporting, right? Um but then I think that actually does happen in Psyche K. Did you if you ever watched Psyche K, right? Where Psyche K is fucking he literally keeps trading items to that are equal in monetary or like equal like more or less in monetary value so he can get to something that's like actually high price, right?
Mm,
um so yeah, but yeah, my initial train of thought was like, oh, if I'm gonna grab a bag of snacks somewhere, I have to
yeah.
exchange uh like $1 for it, right? Um but say if I need to enter a bank or something, I don't know. Would that be would that cost a monetary value? Well, transport. Yeah, I guess what would be the cost of transporting myself into somewhere, right?
Yeah.
And I wouldn't know. Would that be just a travel cost of like a taxi cost, right? Like,
Yeah, I think it's just like a loophole. I mean, once you
yeah,
start talking about it like that,
yeah.
you'd probably just
But
find a
y- y-
loophole somewhere.
I think if I were to do something like a monetary value, right, I would have to put more restrictions not on that. So it depends on like um accessibility, distance, time to
Yeah.
get there. That those would be have to it would have to calculate to a certain monetary value in order for me to teleport myself somewhere.
All right, so
Is
let's say you're
essentially
in the
what would
bank.
happen.
You're going to teleport into the bank and take
Yeah,
the money. So what
yeah.
are you going to pay to do that?
See, that's the problem. Is like,
So what do you think that's
uh,
worth?
so how
A hand?
I no, no.
You
What are you talking about,
teleport
hand?
your hand, you sacrifice your hand for it,
That is
teleport
not
into a
what.
bank,
If that was the case,
take the
I
money.
I would buy someone's hand off a black market to do
It
that.
has to be your hand
Why does it have to be my hand?
cuz it's your power. It's
Yeah,
not
but
like it's not like
see,
you could
you're
just
adding rules to that
yeah, because
already.
I'm asking you what are you willing to pay, right?
Well, yeah, but don't make
What
me
are you will?
sacrifice
It's
my
your
hand.
power. It's your
Yeah,
power. What are you willing to pay? You're gonna be like 100 millionaire after this one teleport job,
yeah,
right?
exactly,
And
exactly.
you're
So
not you're
that's
not willing to sacrifice one of your hands.
bro, bro. That's not even what we should be talking about. The what
No,
we
it
should be
is.
talking about
It
is
is the
how
sacrifice
much it
for the
costs
power.
to how much does it cost to um well, okay, so yeah, all right, so I guess that's the original topic, right? But
I guess we'll
you
put it
know
another way.
my
Would you let
my
someone remove your hand for $100 million?
no, what are you talking about? No,
Damn. I would
would
think about
you?
it. I'd think about it. That's a
There's,
$100 million. You could do a lot of stuff with that. I get a
yeah,
robot
but
hand.
the problem is it the value of that money, right, It's not like it's gonna. Okay, it could change your life, but will it change it for for the better, right? It's just
I
easy
mean, that's
money
up
that
to
you'll
you.
just start like fucking sinking into things, and then it's like gone again.
I mean,
Because you just want to be
that's what
happy,
you
right?
assume, but
Yeah.
like, when are you ever gonna get $100 million?
That is not something that we should have to
But that's the whole
wish for.
point.
You know.
That's the whole point. So we're trying to figure out the
Okay.
value
I'm
of
I'm
what it
saying
would
that
be for
I would
you to
not
teleport
be.
into the bank to get at least $100 million in and out,
Mhm.
and you're saying you wouldn't give up your hand. So
No.
what would you give up? What is the equivalent? And it doesn't have to be exactly equivalent to $100 million.
But
But thinking
the thing
about
is,
it, you're
if you're
going
if
in
you're
and taking all that stuff out.
yeah, you're equaling a hand to $100 million, dude.
Yeah, you're
That.
teleporting into a high value area, removing
Uh,
high value things and
okay.
keeping those high value things, and you're not gonna. I feel like it's such a low, not the hand, but you're not really sacrificing much if you don't want to sacrifice a hand. That's the whole point, is because the hand is such like a big thing to, you personally, to everyone personally, that, oh, would you be willing to do this for that?
No, I would not be willing to do that for
Okay,
this.
so
Right?
so
Then there's no point in having this teleportation power if it doesn't come if it
oh
doesn't
no, there's
come.
a point.
Yeah, okay, so what
Wait, so finish your thought.
all right. So what purpose will this power have for me if I'm just gonna be sacrificing huge things for it? Because I'll probably never
It
use it.
just depends on
I probably
how you
would
want to
never
use
use it,
it.
dude.
It just
You
depends.
know?
Exactly. It just depends how you want to use it, right? Let's say you
So
just want to
okay, what
teleport to work, right? So if you want
okay,
to teleport to work,
sure.
maybe it's like not that far. Maybe it's like a
Okay,
30-40 minute drive.
okay,
Maybe every time you teleport to work, you
okay.
like throw up and then you don't feel well for the next like 5 hours or something.
That's probably not worth it at all.
Or like maybe couple hours. Maybe not
I
5
No, that's still not
or
worth it. Even
hour.
having to throw up. What, dude? I
You
can
don't even
drive
want
to
to
work in
throw
10
up? You
minutes.
don't even want to throw up? I said
Hell
30
no.
minutes.
Yeah, it doesn't. What?
So let's
Yeah,
say you want to
I just
go
fucking drive.
somewhere like
Whatever.
an hour or two, like
Okay.
not even driving. Let's say like
Okay.
an hour or two flight, and you could
Hour to
teleport.
a flight.
You're not even
Okay.
gonna throw up for that?
There's no point.
What do you mean? You
What are you
wouldn't just
talking
throw
about?
up?
Well, that doesn't seem equal in value either.
That's a huge value. A 1 to 2 hour flight?
No, what you're saying is throwing up. Okay.
Throwing up's
So,
not even that big of a deal, honestly. You teleport there, you run to the bathroom, and you just throw up.
okay.
That's it. You just go
All right.
like brush your teeth.
All right, fine. Let's say teleporting is throwing up, right?
I mean, not every time. I'm just talking about like,
So I'm
within
not
this kind of
understanding
distance.
with the rules in here, right? Like, what are we?
The higher value that you use your power,
Okay.
the more it costs to use it. So I'm just
But
talking about
where are
you.
these costs coming from?
I'm just making it up.
You should be. I don't know. I don't
I'm
think
making
this
it
is,
up to see what it would take for you to use your power at a reasonable cost. That is not just like, I'm just gonna sing a song. I'm just gonna not have my clothes come with me. I'm just gonna give up stuff in my house, because those are like all so low cost, right? Imagine you have a superpower.
Okay.
You're literally
But
the only person who can
if this
physically
if this
teleport, and you're
the
not
problem
willing
is
to just like throw up.
okay. Say the flight is across the world, then maybe. I
Oh
just
my
don't really
god.
like throwing
Oh
up at
my
all.
god. That's for, let's say you had to go like to the exact other side of the world. I feel like
Okay.
you gotta throw up at least like 4 or 5 times for that.
Why though? Why does it
Because
have to
you're
be four
going
or five
all the
times and
way.
not once?
Imagine the difficulty it takes to fly across the world, right? In an
Okay.
airplane. The
All
thing
right.
is, it's so convenient for you because you're just teleporting. I feel like
The
throwing up
problem is
5 times is not that big
uh-huh.
of a deal if you're trying to. The amount of time,
Uh-huh.
money, and hassle you save
Uh-huh.
from just teleporting and just throwing
Okay.
up instead of just like
Okay.
you gotta book a flight, book a connecting flight, book blah 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 blah, right?
Okay.
So you wouldn't throw up 5 times.
I mean, you're just throwing out numbers because you're just like,
Yeah, because I'm just trying to see, like,
yeah.
oh, because you could just say, oh, I'll just teleport and I'll have a random person I don't know die, right? That's a heavy price, but if you don't know them, it won't really affect you, right?
I would say I would not do it if that's the case. Because even if it's a random person that I don't know about, like whatever, right? Um you still understand that you're killing a person every time you teleport. Does
Right.
not does that not like hang on your mind? You know, like what amount of value would teleporting give you that can equal that out? I don't know. I don't think it would, but you're killing a person for no reason. Is essentially how it looks like. Now, if there's an actual purpose to teleporting, like you're saving some, I don't know, you're saving a person or multiple people or whatever. I don't know. Maybe there's more of a purpose there, but it's it would still be hard to even use that teleportation power if you're just killing a person, straight up.
So let's see. So let's say the teleport power.
Hmm.
Let's say just teleporting the smallest amount of teleportation for the least amount of consequence. Let's say you could teleport like a room over, like the equivalent distance of a room. Maybe like 10, between 10 and 20 feet, something like that, right?
Okay.
Let's see, what would be an equivalent? Maybe you get a headache. You just get a headache for 20 minutes. Would you pay that? 20 feet,
Just
20
where
minute
am I?
headache?
Why am I fucking teleporting a room?
You could teleport the equivalent of 20 feet.
Equivalent of 20 for
And you
just a
get a
headache for
yeah,
how long?
20 for
20 minutes?
20 minutes.
I guess.
All right, let's say the headache is the cost. And then let's say you teleport across the world. And let's say every minute is a minute of or every minute of distance that was supposed to be traveled is a minute of headache. Would you pay that?
No,
So let's say like
because
to go
if
really
it's
far, it's
if
like
it's an
17
equal,
hours.
yeah, if it's an equal, like if I were to teleport to somewhere 17 hours, right?
That's not too bad though.
But then it's 17 hours of headache, which I probably don't want to
It's not
like
going to be like
once I get to
migraine level, right? Let's just say
well,
it's like
it depends on how much pain I guess,
it's not
but
migraine
honestly,
level.
the first day I'm there, I probably wouldn't even want to do anything because it's just like it's just gonna be bothering me. I'm like,
Yeah,
okay,
so you teleport to where like your tourist place and then you just
okay,
like sleep for a day. But then maybe let's say
or
you can't even go to sleep cuz your head hurts
okay,
and you can't like remedy it to
okay.
lessen.
So you could do that, right? Be incapacitated for basically a day, right? Or you can just take the flight, deal with like whatever business you gotta deal with. You can watch fucking movie on the airplane, whatever, right?
Yeah, but you're going to be spending like that amount of time traveling plus that amount of money plus all the things you need to do for it.
If we're including the monetary value, then
Yeah, of
yeah,
course
it's
you're
different.
doing it. That's the
Then
whole
it's
point of
different.
like
Yeah,
teleporting, right? It's
yeah.
because you're paying a
But
different kind of price instead of physically driving and physically spending
yeah,
money to fly or whatever,
right.
right?
Right. So because of the monetary value, yes, that would be better. However, if we're ignoring the monetary value stuff, right? And if we're just focusing on time spent, right? I think time spent doing all that junk with the plane and stuff is fine, right? Versus just being incapacitated. Now, include the monetary value, it changes things, right?
Well, that's why I said, would you give your hand to get $100 million, right?
No.
Because that's a lot of money. And
The
then
thing,
and then
yeah,
the
but
other
like,
one too is like, oh, would you travel across the world and vomit 5 times?
mm,
That's like, honestly, that's not even that bad compared to the 17-hour headache. Vomiting 5 times is like nothing, you know. It would
I
feel
don't know.
bad in the
I
moment,
would
but like,
not be.
you just don't want to throw up, huh?
I really don't like
You
throwing
just
up.
don't.
No,
Okay, what if you shit yourself 5 times?
I don't like that either.
What
I
if
don't
you
like.
shit yourself 5 times within 5 hours at a random interval?
No. What?
What?
No.
These prices are so cheap. And you don't want to do it?
I don't
Damn.
know. Just like
Just thinking
not being
about
able
like,
to control your body is like annoying.
yeah, I mean it'll just come up. It won't just come out. You'll have like not that much time to handle it. Maybe like a minute.
Nah, I like to be. So even though I don't have control over my body, I would rather be in control. You know.
You're gonna be like the guy who made it to the toilet and then he just shit on the floor because he didn't have enough time to take his pants off.
Christ. Oh no.
I feel like these prices to pay for the convenience of teleportation is such not a large price. I would shit myself 5 times if I could teleport anywhere, right? I would throw up 5 times if I could teleport wherever. And what was the other thing I said? Oh, the headache. The headache is debatable. Like you said, it depends on the amount of pain, but even that is like, that's kind of okay too, because I would be saving so much money. And let's say I just still spend the time
I would go with a
incapacitated.
headache over pooping or
Yeah, but 17
vomiting.
hour headache.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so that's the price you
Well,
would pay.
I guess it also depends on how much pain too. Because if
It's
it's like,
like,
because you're saying it's not migraine levels of pain, so
let's say it's the pain you've said you've been having when you don't get enough sleep.
then I just go to sleep.
Yeah, but the pain hurts so that you can't go to sleep.
But the thing is, that's more of migraine level headache then.
Well, I mean, just having a headache in general makes it harder to go to sleep anyway.
No, it's fine. I can sleep with a headache.
Okay, well, let's say you can't sleep with a headache. Would you still pay for it?
Bro, you can't just control me like this, huh?
Yeah, that's the whole point of this.
Oh
It's
my
the
God.
what is the cost of using a like life-defying power? And you say you won't shit yourself 5 times for life-defying power. It's insane. You're insane.
Oh my God. All
You're
right. So what
insane.
power would you want, huh?
I mean, I would go teleportation for like the convenience, but let's say, man, it's kind of difficult to say. I hear a lot of people, like, have you seen those videos where it's like, oh, you wouldn't want flying as a superpower? I guess because of, the aerodynamics of a human being actually
Yeah.
moving that
So
fast and everything.
you would definitely actually like have to either take into account like aerodynamics and like actually build yourself some type of
Yeah. But let's just,
thing like a suit or whatever, right?
yeah.
Or you include more aerodynamic stuff into your flight power, right?
I feel like for
Uh,
flying,
If it's like a general air manipulation, you could be able to manipulate forces around you so it doesn't affect you that much.
I feel like in this case I wouldn't count that. Because I guess that would just be the cost of flying in real life, is that you would have to be smart enough to account for all the difficulties of being an actual human being flying and not protected by an airplane or anything.
Like if you have air manipulation, right? So yeah, like fucking Aang or like fucking Avatar, you know. Uh, you can probably just make a, like almost like an air bubble around you while you fly, right? So it's basically you're encasing yourself in protection like a car or a plane or whatever, like a
So
vehicle,
so
right?
let's
But
say you
it's
know
not
how to do
really,
that, right?
yeah, yeah.
So what is the cost for you to do that?
The-
What
See, I don't know, dude.
So
Like
come up with a cost. Think about it. You can
these costs are
fly
so
and
like
manipulate air.
abstracted,
Yeah, they're
right?
abstract because superpowers aren't real, you know? It's like,
Okay.
let's say you're an airbender. What is the power
What's
or
the
price to
cost of
pay
airbending in
in
fucking
the real
Avatar?
world? No, not Avatar. We're not going to talk about Avatar because
Oh my god.
that's a different world. That's a whole fictitious world where people can just element bend because they're born with it,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
So we're talking about the consequence of being an element bender, in this case, an airbender. So, what do you think is a price that you would be willing to pay to be an airbender?
Hmm.
You throw up 5 times.
I mean, if that's always gonna be the fucking cost, then I
You
don't
take a
know, dude.
you shit yourself again.
Dude, like you and your cost, dude. God damn, it's
Yeah,
always
that's
the
the whole
same
point. That's the whole
thing.
point. You can't just be a superpowered person for nothing, right?
Yeah, but like make it like an actual cost.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, the realist cost I said was like, how are those not real costs? What is a cost to you then?
Well,
That's like
like
actual that has an actual consequence.
I mean, technically, body stress or mind stress, right? And shortening our lifespan is usually the go-to in a
Right,
lot of
but
like things.
you
But
said you would not pay any of those prices.
I would try to not pay that. Yeah.
Yes, but to try to not pay is just to not use your power.
Yeah, basically.
So,
So
yeah.
I guess.
Okay, let me ask a kind of reverse question then.
Okay.
What power would it be worth it, or what reward from a power or use of a power would it be worth it if you paid your hand or arm? Let's say you literally pay your arm for some kind of outcome. What would you sacrifice your arm for?
Mm, I would. It would probably be something to like enlightenment or transcendence, something like that.
Are you
So,
serious? Oh my
yeah,
god.
yeah. It would have to be something like, you know, a way for me to increase intelligence and wisdom, uh, or become more like a divine, divine being, I guess.
What if you had like the limitless pill? Would you sacrifice your arm for that, you know? He got like super smart. He's able to produce more of the pill. He's basically like a two-step ahead of you kind of thinker, but almost psychic, right?
So I don't think I think I watched the movie. I don't think I watched the series.
I
So
didn't watch the series.
I'm trying to remember. So the limitless pill, there's limits to it though, no? Isn't there? Or is it?
Well, it's called limitless, so
Yeah. So if it's like unlimited knowledge, then I would hope the unlimited knowledge will lead me into a way to like recover my arm. uh Such as some type
I
of
mean it could.
regenerative like
It could.
uh technology or something. If it could, then yeah, I would.
But let's say it takes like 10 years cuz your intelligence just ramps up slowly, right? It's not like
Uh,
it's not like super slow, but you're regrowing your arm. So that's pretty crazy. So in the meantime, you'll get a lot of intelligence with a lot of things that you could do, you know, random stuff with until you hit the technology to grow your arm back. You are limited by the technology of your time.
My goodness. I mean, if I had unlimited knowledge, you just make everything yourself, I guess, right?
That's kind of ridiculous, though. I don't know.
Well, I mean, that's what I was. I mean, that's unlimited knowledge, you know.
No, but I
it-
mean, just like, you're paying just an arm for that. I feel like that's such a cheap price as well.
I mean, you might as well just give your body away and just become a soul and just like live as a soul with
Yeah, you
unlimited knowledge,
could.
right? But that's not worth it because then you're just a soul, and
Yeah,
you
but
do nothing with it. Right?
what happens if after you do that, you realize you could do stuff with your soul? But you're going to have to be willing to bet that's the case.
Willing to bet that's the case? No.
Yeah.
See,
you're gonna
the
have
problem is
to,
I don't even believe in spirits.
you're going to have to just be take the gamble and think that, oh, when I turn into an ethereal spirit, that I'll be able to do something with it.
Yeah, I don't believe in spirits too much, so I don't know if I would. I mean, if it's guaranteed that I will have some ethereal body, then maybe.
Well, something has to happen, right? So let's say you give up your body. You would have to have some kind of existence to be able to have the knowledge.
Right. But you know, if that becomes the case, right? Right. Then you start to have to consider the possibilities of afterlives and gods and demons and devils and whatever, right? And then that opens up a whole new fucking thing, right?
I mean, that doesn't really matter in the
because
scope of what we're trying to talk about.
Because it matters because where do you end up as a soul, right? Are you still on Earth, or are you gonna just be sent to like hell or something?
Well, that's what
You
you're
know?
just gonna have to be willing to bet on, right?
See, that's not a good bet.
You're just gonna have
high
to
risk.
bet.
That's
Whatever
high
entity you're talking to is like, you know, he's like, oh yeah, I'll trade your body for almost infinite knowledge, right?
Yeah, that's
And that can
99%
unlock.
the devil. That's like the devil contract.
Yeah, so when you think about it,
that is not a smart idea.
if this entity can exist, then obviously you're gonna end up existing somewhere else. You're gonna get isekai'd into the spirit world, all right?
Yeah, no, it's gonna be like another world, and you're just gonna be tortured for the rest of your life with unlimited
You get
knowledge.
isekai. Yeah, but what if you figure out with your unlimited growing knowledge how to get out eventually? You know, it might take a long time, but it's not like you have.
There's no guarantee because sure you have unlimited knowledge, but
yeah, there are no guarantees.
Is it omnipotent, right?
Well, it's only
because
it's not really you know, you'll get enough knowledge to try to be able to do something, right? It's better than just like not knowing, right? Let's just say you go to jail and you know how to break out, right? Let's say you have a good idea on how to break out.
Okay.
And that's the kind of intellect I'm talking about, right? So like
But
you have the knowledge of, oh, this
say
is
it's
that.
a jail made by an omnipotent being, then like what are you gonna do? Because you're limited by the fact that you yourself are just a human ghost.
Well, you're a spirit.
Or human spirit or whatever, right?
Yeah, but your infinite knowledge will kick in eventually, right? You'll think of something.
I don't know. You'd hope so. You can think all you want, but I don't know if that will ever, because you're comparing kind of infinite knowledge that a human being can handle, right?
Well, you're not even you're not even human being anymore. You just have infinite knowledge, right?
So
as you go through life, or as you go through your spirit. right?
does this infinite knowledge include all knowledge of higher?
Whatever you interact with, you're gonna learn. All
Okay.
right. It's
Okay.
like you just start learning. All right.
Hmm.
You start understanding what things are once you spend enough time around it. Okay. So if you spend your time in a spirit jail, you're gonna understand what these spirit people are, and you're gonna understand what this other place is. You know.
But will you be able to access the, like, you'll have the knowledge, right? But would you have the access to the things you need to break out of jail? You know.
Well, you're gonna have to MacGyver something. That's the whole point. You
But
don't just have.
would you even be able to MacGyver? Because this is like a spiritual
Yeah, you're
plane,
gonna have to
right?
hope
With
that your
there's
infinite growing knowledge. It's almost infinite. I don't want to say infinite because that means it just goes on forever. Almost infinite. You keep asking like, oh, do you guarantee? Are you gonna have access? The thing is, you're just gonna have to thinking of it as like a story. The character is just gonna have to figure it out. All right, there are no guarantees, but you're gonna have to hope that you can figure something out. And even if you don't figure it out right away, you may figure something out along the way. So that's the whole point, right?
basically, from what I'm hearing right now, okay, is that it's not worth it because there's no point in having this infinite knowledge if you gotta just fucking, leave your real world body or whatever,
I mean, that's you want
and just be
infinite
stuck in
knowledge.
jail or whatever, and that's it.
You
That,
want
like,
infinite knowledge.
what are you even gonna do with the infinite knowledge if you can't use it in your real world setting?
I mean, once you become a spirit, that's your real world setting.
Yeah, but fucking what's in the spirit realm? Nothing.
I mean, you don't know. It could just be a whole different world, you know?
I mean,
It
most
could just
likely not, though.
why
At
not?
least, well, why should it be a whole new world, huh? Why isn't it just like a space for just consciousness still exists and that's it?
Cuz why not, you know?
Oh my goodness. All right.
It's like why
Anyways,
not?
uh, basically because it's so abstract, there's no real reason to do it, in my opinion.
I mean, that's the price to pay. If you don't want the infinite knowledge, that's fine.
Anyways, you were saying wait, were you gonna say that you want to fly as your power?
No, I don't think I would want to fly. Um, no, we were talking about what's the price to pay to be an airbender.
Okay.
So what is the price to pay to use airbending? What is an actual good price? Or actual
Actual good
like a
price.
consequence? What is an
Mm,
equivalent consequence?
what if it's like something like asthma? That'd be interesting.
I think that just reminds me of like, oh, name a power and then the next person will make it useless, right?
Yeah, but that's essentially what you're doing with these costs, though.
No, I'm not making the powers useless.
Uh-huh.
Cuz let's
But you're
say
making
you
your
have
like,
asthma, right?
yeah.
That'll affect how you use your power because it'll you'll
It
have to use your
so
stamina to use airbending. And if the
sure.
asthma affects that, then you won't be able to use your power very well.
You can probably just use it once, like for like 10 seconds, and then you're done. Basically, it's literally like if you do a sprint, you know. Um, you
What
just
what
sprint.
what can you do with like a sprint of airbending?
I
What would you
mean,
do with that?
yeah. So it would be very minor, wouldn't it? I mean that's what you mean by cost, right? You just It's not like you want to do like huge things with it. But yeah, I don't know. Like, if you can manipulate the air for a few seconds for breathing heavily, dying a little bit. um, yeah, it would just have to be simple things like, I don't know, pushing a kid away from a car when a car is speeding to like hit him, right? Something like that, right? Um, it would be very simple stuff, right? And it'd probably be stuff that would be more important, I guess. Uh, yeah, I don't know, or just give like doing random things like giving a boost to yourself or someone, just a quick boost, but it would definitely be like niche scenarios, right? um Almost like you're using a telekinesis thing, right? uh but yeah, afterwards you get asthma and you're like, okay, I gotta use my inhaler real quick. But to do like a huge airbending thing like flying, I think it would really take a toll on you. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I would say you may never even get to fly unless you like really sacrifice your life. But at least you can do minor things. So at least,
Mm-hmm.
you know, I think minor things is good enough. Hmm. But anyways, you still don't know what like power you would actually want though, or would it just be teleportation like me though?
It would probably, realistically, it might be teleportation.
Mm.
Cause
You could also do like time space manipulation.
yeah, but let's say, you know, if you want to be a time traveler, you would have to shave time off your own life or something. It's like
Mm.
if you can stop time, then yeah, time stops, quote, for everyone, but it still goes for you, right? So technically, you're still living life and everyone is staying the same age, so to speak, right?
That's a cost that makes sense, because like yeah, you are just
Well, it just makes sense in the theme of the power.
yeah, yeah, exactly. But yeah, I would definitely say that time traveling kind of keeps going for you and doesn't it like goes regular for other people, but you have like your own individual time.
Let's
Yeah,
say you age.
it's like Interstellar,
Yeah, let's say you time moves like exponentially for you.
So that's different, and you might have to just keep your time powers at a minimal
You
and
have
use
to
it for
like
emergency.
use it
Yeah,
in bursts.
yeah, yeah. You're probably limited to only using it like 10 times in your life, if anything, because you just don't want to like fucking age like insanely quick.
What would
Um,
be, besides accidents, how would you use time stop in normal life? I wonder.
and like as like just mundane life,
I mean, you probably just use it to steal stuff, right?
if anything, yeah, you would.
Time stop. Yeah, I don't know. M-
It
Maybe
it's
you could drive
either
somewhere. That'd be cool.
uh,
Time stop, and then
maybe.
you just drive to where you need to be. No traffic, no worries about accidents or stopping.
Well, that's one problem, right? Is no, actually, well, I guess the problem could be solved if you time stop in the middle of the night, right? But if you're doing it in the middle of the day, there's
No,
definitely
you
gonna be
just,
cars on the road, and
yeah, there's
then
cars in a row, but you could just swerve around them.
well, if it's just a full line of traffic down the main street,
Yeah, I mean that'll just be your luck then. You just have to
that's
unstop it at that time.
I'm pretty sure that will happen like any time midday. That there's just gonna be a full line of cars somewhere in some street because that's seems pretty common to me. Um,
Then you could unstop it and then let it go. and then stop it again.
Yeah, but if it's costing so much of your like personal like time pool, right? Then you're fucked. There's no reason for to do that. Um, if anything, a reason to do that would be like, uh, wait, can you reverse time or is it time stop only?
I mean, if you want to reverse time, maybe time goes even faster.
Even faster.
So let's say you go like time moves, you age 3 times as fast.
My goodness.
Maybe even 4.
I mean, if anything, you would possibly use it to fix a mistake or question or or mistake or like an answer to a question in your mundane life, right? Like say you kind of fucked up a presentation at work or something, you might want to fix that. I don't know, but I don't know if doing that is it worth the cost or not. But maybe something on the lines of like, oh, maybe a girl you meet and you think she might be, really good for you, but then you kind of answer something like really wrong, and you're like, oh wait, that was bad. Maybe you want to use it then too. But
Yeah.
otherwise, that's what I can think of for mundane stuff, right? It's still kind of, like stuff of importance in your mundane life is what would be it, what would it the power be used for, right? But is it even worth the price? I don't know. It's you would have to use it very rarely, like once every like few months, like you'd have to budget yourself to do that so you don't fucking die an early death. At least that's my train of thought on that. But I don't know. Would you choose time stop as your power or time manipulation as your power then?
I don't see many situations where I would time stop. Like, it's such a useful skill if you want to just steal stuff, I guess. I can only just think of stealing stuff. Or just like, just doing kind of whatever you want in that amount of time and no one would know what happened.
So like yeah, like if you had time manipulation or just time stoppage, right? Just time stoppage, not even like reversing or forwarding, right? Uh, and then the cost is just you aging regularly during the time stop while other people don't, right?
No, I think it has to be 2 times.
Well, yeah, but say it's just regular, right? Would you use it often or not?
I mean, you just wouldn't use it for a long time, right? The minutes and hours would definitely add up.
Yeah, but like, what would you use it for?
I would just steal stuff.
Just steal stuff and
I would I would go to the mall,
Uh,
like go to a store,
uh,
time stop real quick, grab something, leave, and then resume time again. That like, 15 seconds tops. If I really want to like steal a lot of money or something from somewhere, I don't know. I don't know from where. I feel like a bank vault is too unreasonable.
mhm.
I don't know, maybe a business that just has a lot of money or something.
All right.
Maybe 10, 15 minutes tops, right?
Mhm.
I mean, that's not that bad. That's easy. That's actually, a no-brainer.
Right. Right. So yeah. So that's all you use it for, though, right? Just stealing stuff. Would you
Yeah, see,
use
I
it
don't know what else.
to? Because like, if you're aging, like whatever, right? Would you? Well, I guess this would also be questionable, but like, would you use it to like work out during the time stopping? Right? Would you
I
just
don't
put
I
30
don't see the
minutes of
point.
workout into doing that? Right?
Why would I do that?
I don't know. I'm just seeing if you would like put your
Yeah,
like
but I could just still work
random
out
tasks.
normally.
Yeah, put random tasks during that
The
uh
only
time stop.
the only task is just like a task that is impeded by other people.
Mm, okay,
Because
okay,
it's like you
okay.
could just work out at
Uh-huh,
home. I work out
uh-huh.
at home, so it doesn't matter. I mean, if you really want to time stop at a gym so you could use all the machines that you want without worrying about it, sure, but
So it would
that's
just
still not
be
worth it either, to
yeah,
be honest.
yeah. But basically, if you just don't want to be impeded by people, you time stop essentially to
Yeah.
do like a mundane task or something, right?
I mean, it would just have to be something worth it. Because stealing something is that you're just getting things for free. So that's
Yeah,
worth it, right? You're
yeah.
paying for your time
Hmm.
and you're getting whatever you can carry out for free.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah.
I
I mean,
mean,
that is the
yeah.
obvious answer, right? But yeah, I was just wondering if there is any mundane things you do during a time stop, besides like stealing, you know?
A time
Um,
stop. I don't know.
yeah, I don't know, like it definitely is stuff that you could just do in regular time. There would there be a point in doing any mundane task during time stop?
Maybe if you really wanted to sleep another hour,
Yeah,
you
ooh,
just
why not?
you set an alarm and you time stop for 1 hour. You just go to sleep. But it's like you're like losing. You're actually losing like 2 hours
Oh no.
because you sleep for an hour, but then you age another hour. So I don't know if that's worth it.
Yeah.
It might
Uh,
really depend.
yeah. Yeah. Hmm. Oh, you know what? That reminds me of a movie. It's called The Endless. You ever heard of that?
No.
Um, it's man, I watched this movie a while ago. Uh, and I remember it being like super weird. But like super good. I liked it actually. It was really good, interesting. Um, but it's literally about a kind of cult of people. Not I don't know if it's a cult. It's like a communion of people out in like whatever backwoods place it is. Um, and there's this some type of like divine entity or being or whatever that oversees them. But basically, it puts everyone into their own time loops, right? So their time loop always resets at like a certain amount of days or years or whatever. Um, but during those time loops, right? Uh, they their consciousness is keeps going, right? They'll always have their consciousness, the conscious uh, thoughts and stuff, right? And memories, right? Um, so basically, from the start of their time loop, they do whatever mundane stuff they do, and then until the end of the time loop, and then the end of the time loop just resets to back to the beginning. Um, so all that really changes is their general knowledge, right? Um,
But they know they're
so
in a time loop.
they know they're in the time loop, right?
They would
They're
just get bored out of their minds, I guess.
so yeah. So the thing is, apparently like a bunch of the cult people or communion people, right? Have do trades, right? Like have like some type of sort of trade that they're always kind of doing during the time loop, right? One person's like doing art, the other person's like brewing stuff. Someone's trying to solve a mathematical equation, right? That's like unanswerable, right? But basically, that's all they kind of do, and they've perfected their trade to a point where, yeah, they like a few of them are like to that point where they're like done with it. They're like, oh man, like I have like the best alcohol in the goddamn like world, but it's so it's over like it just gets kind of boring for them essentially, right? Um, but yeah, I don't know. That movie just kind of came to thought like they're doing this mundane task during their like time loop or time stop, I guess you could say, right?
Yeah.
And eventually they just get so bored of it because they've basically perfected their craft so far, right? That their time loop is just kind of it's just hit a peak, right, and plateaued, right. Um, but anyways, yeah, I just kind of thought of that because it was just like it was a similar vein
Mhm.
in the idea, right? Um, I do recommend that movie. It's a very interesting one, right?
All right. Well, I would
Oh shit.
probably pick teleportation.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't mind throwing up for it.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't mind pooping myself for it, even though
Mm-hmm.
that'd be a little bit worse, but I'd probably just plan for it if that were the case.
Mm-hmm. Would you cut off your hand for so you can rob a bank and steal all the money, or just
A
teleport the
hand
money to you? I guess.
or one hand for $100 million.
I guess so.
I would think about it. I would really think about it
Okay.
because that's a lot of money and that could do a lot of things for you.
Is it your dominant hand?
You could choose. You choose which hand you want.
Ah. What was like?
Um,
What was
mhm.
like? A leg and an arm.
For 100 million.
Yeah.
I mean, you just up the thing. You just up
Yeah.
the price.
Yeah. I'm
What?
just
So
wondering.
an arm's not enough when you said you didn't even want to do that?
Well, yeah, I obviously do win, but I don't know. Maybe you, with your harsh sacrifices, kind of want to. I don't know.
Maybe for Nah, I think it had to exponentially increase
It would have to exponentially increase.
because that's
Like,
one hand
would it
or
be
one arm plus
one
one leg.
billion dollars for an arm and a leg?
I mean, I would say maybe, but I would not want to lose more body parts. I would
Mm,
just want to lose one. Probably one body part.
mm.
If you lose more than one, it might be too much.
So, like an arm for 200 million?
I said probably for 100 million. So if you're gonna say 200 million, well, I said a hand, huh? So you're
Yeah,
saying the whole
yeah,
arm this
yeah,
time?
yeah. It's not. I guess it's not that different, is it? Right?
It's
Because
pretty different
well, I don't know. It's up to
because
you.
you could just get a hand.
Yeah,
Your whole arm is missing.
yeah.
You can't even carry anything like on your forearm.
True,
You just don't
true,
have an arm.
true.
You can't like squeeze anything between your arm and your side. It's
Yeah,
just gone.
yeah,
200 million?
yeah. I don't know.
I would have no hand, no arm. I think about it.
Wow.
I had to think about it. I lose my arm. I could
I
just
mean,
get a robot arm,
yeah.
maybe.
Yeah. You could definitely look for that loophole to do
All
that.
right, let's say 200 million, right,
Mhm,
for your arm,
mhm.
but you get the Winter Soldier arm, but it's not super powered. It's basically like a real arm, right? But it's just metal and you know, you have to take it off every now and then for whatever, right? Maintenance or go to sleep, etc. Would you do that?
Mm, I don't.
Basically an
I don't
arm you
know.
can't
Would you?
feel.
Is that something you want? I.
I think that's a lot more doable.
Yeah, but
I would probably do that. If it's an arm and I basically get it replaced with an arm that can't feel but I can take off, it doesn't impede my regular life, so
if it's nothing that impedes your regular life.
I
Then
mean, besides the fact
maybe.
that you have to get it like maintained once a month or few months or whatever. Gotta take
It
it
could.
off.
I mean, it could very well. Well, I guess is the maintenance free or not free?
I mean, it's not. I mean, you have $200 million. It doesn't really matter. You know, it's not
I
gonna
don't know.
drain your bank.
It could matter depending because this is like a Wakandan like fucking vibranium arm that's being maintained, you know?
Yeah, but it's just like a normal. It's just like an arm. It doesn't have the
Mm,
power of his arm. It's just like
sure.
his arm. So
Eh,
you know.
I don't know. It could be high cost maintenance. Um,
Yeah, but you're not gonna go broke because of it.
mm, it really depends on how much this arm is. I think
It doesn't matter. The cost doesn't matter. The inconvenience matters.
inconvenience matters.
Cause you gotta take it off, get it sent in, and you don't have a real arm.
You have to take it off and get it sent in every month or so, and then they give it back to you in a week or something.
Not a week.
I
Like
mean,
a
that's
day. Like the next
a
day.
day. Well, where are you sending this in? Is there a local
Yeah,
engineer?
you just go down the street. Just go down the street,
God damn,
drop your
dude.
arm off, you pick it up the next day. Go to fucking Best Buy.
Go to Best Buy to maintain your
Go the Geek
Wakandan
Squad.
arm, dude.
The Geek Squad will fix your arm up every
God
month.
damn, bro. Whoa. You like that? I don't know,
Do
man.
you?
I don't know. I would not choose to sacrifice body parts, is essentially, how
So
I
what
feel
would it
about
take
that.
for you to sacrifice a body part? You said like, well, you said like some ridiculous kind of stuff. That's
Yeah.
what I think is like, that's too ridiculous.
It
you
would
know?
it would even have to be like a wish or something like
That's too ridiculous. That's too high of a reward for your arm, you know? I mean, if your arm really like meant something, let's say you were the greatest artist in the world and you had to give up your drawing arm. I guess that would make more sense. But if you're just like, you're just giving up an arm, that's just a normal arm, just a normal person.
I would just have to have immense value from it, like immense, like
It is a
like
$200 million
it has to
and a
be.
robot arm.
But the thing is, two
How
hundred
is that
million
not immense
dollars.
value? That is a lot of money.
It is a lot of money,
And
but
then you keep looking at it like, oh, you're gonna run out of money. No, you're not, okay? You're gonna be smart enough not to just drain all your money, okay?
just
It'll
get
last.
just get unlimited money. There just don't have to worry about money. Yeah,
Oh
that
my
would be
god.
good.
Just for an arm? For an arm.
Maybe
One
yeah.
arm.
Don't have to worry about money at all.
What about both your legs?
Both my legs?
What about both your legs for that?
No. There's no way.
Oh my, for unlimited money. Both your legs for unlimited money. You can keep your ding dong. All right, just your legs. You said a crazy amount. That's all the money in the world. Literally anything you ever want.
I still want to walk, sir.
Oh my god, you're ridiculous. I don't want to talk about this anymore.
Hey, man.
You're ridiculous.
It's not
Unlimited
like
money.
Alright,
Unlimited money.
you're-
Unlimited anything.
you're literally choosing to be disabled when some people don't even get that choice.
Yeah, but they're not getting unlimited money.
Yeah.
Unlimited money. Unlimited.
And
It's literally no limit.
I'm sure no amount of money will be enough for someone who has lost some type of fucking
We're not talking
limb or
about
something.
that though. We're talking about you. Would you? You said you
No,
would give up one arm for unlimited money, but I feel like that's
maybe.
too low of a price
Yeah,
for
like
unlimited money.
yeah, with my fucking left arm, fuck it. Yeah, that's fine.
That's ridiculous.
Yo,
That's ridiculous. You know why? Because I said you said 200 million for an arm.
sure.
200 million will last you your whole life. But you just want unlimited for one arm, but you don't want unlimited for both legs, but you still
Yeah,
have both arms.
because legs are useful.
Arms are useful. You have fingers attached to those arms and hands attached to those fingers.
Yeah, but my right hand is what I use the most. My left arm, yeah, it's my left arm is. If I were to compare all my body parts, like legs, arm, or like right leg, right arm, left arm, I would lose the left arm. You know, like which body part would you be comfortable losing? Right leg, left arm, right arm.
For what?
For just for whatever. You have to lose a body part. Which one do you choose?
Maybe my left leg. One of my legs.
Yeah. Okay. See,
My left leg.
you consider your left leg the least, uh, needed body part. The same way I consider my left arm the least needed body part.
Well, if you think about it, I value arms more because you
Yeah.
can use
Yeah.
them dexterity.
Yeah.
With dexterity.
Yeah.
Right.
So that yeah. That's fine.
But your leg, like, what do you use your left leg for? Right.
Mhm,
Obviously, walking and running.
Mhm.
But then, like, I drive with my right foot. Right.
mhm.
It'll make picking things up with my body harder, but you spend most of your time sitting down anyway. You spend your time, like, if you're working.
Mhm.
So you
Yeah.
would work with
So
one arm.
yeah. So yeah,
You would do all your work with one arm instead
Yeah.
of one leg.
yeah, pretty much. That's just a difference in value of your body part.
But just your left is not high enough value than your leg.
Just my what? Just my left. Wait, what do you mean? Sorry.
Just your left arm versus
Uh,
your leg. So you would rather just give up your
Left
left
arm
arm instead
versus-
of a leg.
Yeah.
I don't know. That doesn't seem worth it to me.
Well, yeah, because you prioritize your arm versus your leg.
Yeah,
right?
because you do so much with your hand, right? It's not even just the arm, it's your hand as well.
Yeah.
Because if you think about how often you use your hands
Mhm.
versus your leg, and obviously you're going to get a prosthetic for whichever part you lose, but the intricacy of a hand is much harder to emulate than a foot or a leg.
Well, I guess at this point, what type of prosthetic are we getting? Are we getting
We're getting a modern day prosthetic.
or we're getting like a realistic prosthetic and not a.
You're getting whatever you're not getting a
Wakandan,
super
like,
robot
prosthetic.
arm. No, you're just getting
Okay. So
a normal
then that's
prosthetic.
different. That's different then because then
Wait, but so you would want the robot arm? So let's say we're going back. So you would want the robot arm instead of a robot leg?
yeah.
Why though? You can't. But then you can't feel through your robot arm.
That's fine.
And then technically, your robot leg, like the leg and arm, are just a robot version of those parts, but you can't feel, and you just need to maintain them. I don't know. I feel like if that's the case, I would trade a leg for a robot leg than an arm for a robot arm.
Okay.
Especially since the strength of either of those is just normal. because it's not the strength that you're getting, it's just the very high articulation, right? So it's almost like you didn't lose a body part, but you're not gonna feel through that body part.
I don't know. I feel like it'd still be cumbersome with like just one heavy sided leg. But then I guess that you could also say that
Well,
about
it's not
the
heavy.
arm.
It's just whatever. It's whatever.
It's whatever. It's just
It's technically gonna be lighter.
technically gonna be lighter.
It can be lighter. Or it's just the same. It'll just be the same.
I don't know. Would there be? So it's just the same. There's no off balance feeling, right? Is what you're saying.
Yeah, you just have that part, but you can't feel it, and you gotta maintain it. And you gotta take it off when it's inconvenient for you to have a metal arm or leg.
Well, I still go with my arm if I could just sacrifice my leg. Just one leg, right? I don't know. You're convincing me that the leg is much more easier to sacrifice here.
I mean, to me, it is. If you're gonna walk anyway with a robot leg, I'd rather feel with my hand.
I don't know. Maybe. I can see the benefit. Yeah.
All right, final answer. Pick one.
I might go.
Pick one. Final answer.
Pick one final answer. See,
Final answer.
I'm
Lock
trying
it
to
in.
think of it.
Lock it in. I pick leg.
You pick leg.
Yeah, get rid of my left leg.
All right, just your left. If you were gonna choose any body part that you would lose.
Yep.
I guess a leg, left leg.
Is that your final answer?
Why not? Why not? We'll
You
go
use
with
your
it.
left leg.
We'll go with it. We'll lose it.
All right, get the knife.
All right.
Get the knife.
I'm grabbing it.
Send me your leg so I
Where
can
is it?
eat it.
I found it. All right, ready?
Yeah.
Okay, let me. All right, here we go. Yeah.
Yeah, you cut through your whole leg already.
I
Little
just
paper cut.
I broke the bone a little bit. That's it.
You got a little paper cut there.
I just gotta keep going. I gotta hack away. Okay, I have it.
Okay, so now that you cut,
I'm gonna ship it to you.
would you?
Wait, hold
Would-
on. Let me wrap it up real quick.
Would you-
It up real quick.
Would you eat
me-
some of your leg?
No, but I'll send it to you so you can eat it because I know you you fucking want to eat it so bad.
What if they told you? What if they told you you have to take a bite of your dismembered body part? Like they'll cook it for you. They'll cook it however you want, right? But you got to eat it. You got to eat some of it. You can't eat the whole thing. Well, you don't have to eat the whole thing, but you just have to eat like maybe 1 or 2 bites, right? Big bites. But it'll be cooked however you want. So technically, it might not even taste like anything, right?
I'm sure you would fucking eat it for some reason.
Would you though?
I don't know. I don't.
Like
Well,
if they said, okay,
guess-
if they said, we'll give you the prosthetic, but you gotta eat your leg or whatever.
I would probably. I don't know. Yeah, maybe. I would not want to eat it, but I guess I would.
I mean,
I
you
would-
would have to.
Yeah, but you know, I know that you would just fucking straight up just eat the
Well,
whole thing.
how would you? I wouldn't eat my whole
Yeah,
leg.
you would.
That's
Don't
a
lie
lot
to
of
you.
meat.
Don't fucking lie to me. You
I
would
would
take it.
eat-
You would take it home to eat.
I would not eat my leg.
You would fucking eat the shit out of it, dude.
I would not eat my. Okay, how would you have them cook your leg?
Oh man, would roasting it would be best? I don't know.
You don't. It doesn't have to be the whole leg. They'll just like take the meat off and then cook it however, you know.
Maybe I just make a shawarma out of it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, dude.
Oh my god.
It's always like just spiced up with Mediterranean spices, and then just put it in a pita with like a bunch of other shit. I won't even like figure it out. Now I don't know about you. I feel like you just want to eat it pure. Like,
why would I want to eat it pure?
Like bones and all, right?
Yeah. I just start chowing down on my fucking leg. Suck on my own toes, dude.
Don't do that! Oh no! Oh no, man.
I start sucking on my toes and nibbling on my toes.
Oh my god, what are you saying? Oh no.
Yeah.
Don't nibble on your toes like that, bro. God damn. Oh my god. Alright. Anyways, we've been talking for a while. I think it's time.
You gonna nibble on my toes?
No. Nibble on your own toes. I know you want to just nibble on your own toes. Just go do that. All right.
You want to nibble on my toes?
I
know you do.
I don't want that shit, dude. God damn.
Yeah, you do.
You fucking you and your cannibalism. All right. You and your cannibalism. God damn, bro.
All right. Like the video. Make sure to subscribe. That was a great episode, right? It was great.
Totally.
Thanks for watching.
Next episode is cannibalism.
Cannibalism. The best recipes.
The best recipe.
Best
No!
exploring the best recipes so you can taste good.
Yo.
All right.
Should we make a cookbook, bro?
Goodbye.
You want to make a cookbook real quick, dude?
Goodbye. We're done.